Can acupuncture help allergies? It's a really great question, and in this video, I'm going to answer that for you. Hey, I'm Dr. Josh Hanson. I'm a doctor of acupuncture and Chinese medicine, and I have a clinic here in Tampa, Florida, and I help people with allergies every single day. So in this video, I want to cover what allergies actually are, we'll cover how acupuncture can help, and we'll cover how Chinese herbal medicine can be helpful at getting your allergies more under control. So let's dive in. So let's start off with what allergies actually are. Allergies are essentially an overreaction of your immune system to things that they shouldn't be overreacting to. So common allergens are going to be things like pollen, grasses, dander, so from cats and dogs and other animals, and dust, and even things that we eat, so we can have food allergies. So what happens is we breathe in something like pollen that sits on the surface of the cells in our nose, and it activates what are called mast cells. And mast cells have something called IgE. These are all immune molecules, and they literally create a little explosion of histamine and prostaglandins, and that causes leakiness and permeability of these cells so that we're more apt to be overreactive to allergens. And then we get this kind of cascade of events that happen. We get the itchy eyes, we get the runny nose, we get the sneezing, all the common stuff that allergies can cause. And in extreme cases, like in food allergies, this can cause a severe reaction where it even causes like anaphylaxis, where it becomes difficult to breathe, we get wheezing, and potentially can die from it. So allergies can be really mild or they can be really extreme. How does acupuncture help your allergies? Well, it's really effective at helping to literally just balance out our immune system so that it's not fighting and overreacting to those things that it shouldn't be reacting to. So there's been a bunch of cool studies that show how effective acupuncture can be at getting your immune system to not be so overreactive. So there was a more recent, what we call meta-analysis, or it's basically a review of reviews. And what it found that it was incredibly effective at reducing the amount of antihistamines that patients needed, and it was really effective at modulating the secretion of IgE, which is that immune molecule that kind of sparks this whole thing off. So when IgE levels are elevated, then what happens is we get that whole cascade of allergic symptoms. So if we can get those IgE molecules to not be so abundant and not be so overreactive, and get your immune system more balanced, then you just deal with less symptoms, you need less medications, and you feel better overall. So acupuncture is a really effective tool. Most of the research articles show that you need about 12 visits for there to be a significant effect, right? So expect to use acupuncture leading up until allergy season, and then at the beginning of allergy season to get things under control. That's kind of the most effective strategy here. So if your allergies aren't that severe, you're going to need less treatments. If you have more severe allergies or you need a lot of medications, then expect to just need more treatments. And in my clinical practice, I'll find that people start noticing significant changes. After 3 or 4 treatments, they notice that, oh my gosh, I wake up and I can breathe again. I don't have that completely plugged up nose, or my eyes aren't so itchy all the time, or I just need less medication. So 3 or 4 treatments in, you start noticing significant changes, and expect to need some continued treatment for a period of time to get things more under control. Alright, so let's talk about how Chinese herbal medicine can be effective at helping to treat allergies and get them more under control. And in my practice, I combine acupuncture and I combine the herbs. I find that provides the biggest bang for your buck, and it gets you feeling better quicker than just one or the other individually. So Chinese herbal medicine is pretty cool. It's pretty special. It's completely different than just like going to your local drug or health food store and just getting a single herb like echinacea or something like that. With Chinese herbal medicine, what we do is we combine a number of different herbs, right? And their combined effect is significantly stronger than those individual herbs alone, right? I like to use the analogy of cooking a soup, right? In a soup, you put a bunch of different ingredients and a bunch of different spices, and if you ate all of those ingredients by themselves, wouldn't taste that good. But when you combine them all and cook them together, you get this completely new substance, right? That's delicious and it's amazing, and it tastes completely different than the individual ingredients on their own. That's how Chinese herbal medicine works. We combine all these different herbs, and their combined effect is just much stronger than the individual herbs alone, and it literally makes new chemicals when we do that. So These have been used for thousands of years. They're generally regarded as safe, and we have a really long track history of their usage, so we know exactly what they're useful for. And the way that we diagnose with Chinese medicine makes us really, gives us the ability to really individualize our treatments to your specific needs. So one of the more well-researched formulas for allergies is something called Hanson. It contains 10 different herbs, and it's really effective at literally just completely modulating your immune system. Research shows that it suppresses those IgE levels, and it helps to increase IL-10 and IL-8. So basically it has this really broad effect at modulating your immune system. That means it just literally helps to balance your immune system so that it's not so overreactive. So Chinese herbal medicine is really effective. You know, depending on your case, a practitioner might have his choice between 10 to 12 different formulas based on your specific presentation. So don't just go out and try and buy something on your own. You need to really work with someone who's skilled at diagnosing, at pattern diagnosis, which is what we use in Chinese herbal medicine. So, but it's really effective. There's a ton of research on it. I use it every single day in my practice, and I find that it's pretty powerful. So, like I said, in my practice, when you come to see me, if you have allergies, we're going to use acupuncture, but we're also going to use herbs because their effect is just so synergistic. It's so effective when we use them both together. So now you know how acupuncture, and now you know how Chinese herbal medicine can help with allergies. If you're dealing with environmental allergies, I highly recommend you find an acupuncturist in your area and get some help. What I'm going to do is we're going to make a whole nother video about food allergies because they're their kind of own beast, but there is a lot of research on food allergies. Dr. Lee up at Mount Sinai, she's super cool. She has done a ton of research on food allergies and using acupuncture and Chinese herbal medicine to help make them not so severe. She works with pediatrics, so kids that deal with really bad, like peanut and nut allergies and stuff like that. So that's going to be in another video. You need to click that like and subscribe button so that you can get that video, and I'll be talking to you soon. I hope you have a great day.